Hi there, it's Andrew Roberts here from Podiatry Hive, and this white file is going to really assist and help you ensure that your administrative team, particularly your reception team, understand what job they are to do. And look, I wanted to bring you an example outside of the podiatry industry, and I wanted to share with you actually an example from my previous business that I ran in Sydney. Just to remind everyone, we had a team of 25 people, and but the reception, the administrative role in any business is absolutely critical, including ours. It was a key point of the part of the business, and so this particular person had to do a lot of admin, and then there was a lot of admin required to run our business. And of course, I didn't want to do this admin. So to be honest, I didn't actually create this system. Now this is interesting. My receptionist at the time in the early days created this system, and this is important when you get when you're systemizing your business. You can get your existing team members to create the systems, and so I wanted to provide this for you so you can swipe it again in Word documents, so you can just change around the headings, and you'll get a lot of great examples from this. And you'll notice page 1 we have a table of contents, and then getting started. Now I want to just take a pause here. When a new administrator started in our business, we would always have a handover process, and the first, literally full first week would be invested into taking them through this document. And we knew that it would take them around about 2 to 3 weeks to become competent. And so we constantly referred back to this procedures manual. This was always printed, and someone would sit down with a new administrator and take them through the systems, and the new person coming in would always be educated to keep this administrative procedures up to date. So you'll just notice here, getting started, welcome to the Action Coach Administration Manual. In this guide you will find every instruction and resource available to help you get the job done. If anywhere through this document you find text in red and underlined, these sections will need to either be filled out or your trainer will need to demonstrate a procedure. So the following 2 documents and programs will help you organise yourself on a daily, weekly or a longer term basis. So what would happen, daily action plan, so someone would sit beside them and then they would have to go into the intranet site and double click on intranet, internal, administrator, organisers, and then print out daily plan and print out a weekly focus sheet. So we would make sure that every person in our team was operating off a weekly plan and a daily plan. They were then educated on ACT. Back then that was our CRM system, Customer Relationship Management System, and that helped us obviously run all our contacts and run a lot of our particular business. So we're going to move down to the next page, page 2 and page 3. You'll just see a little bit of depth that we went to in these systems. So in our business, putting on a new client was there was a lot of administration involved. I mean, by the way, our clients were probably never aware of all the effort involved, but certainly our team knew that, wow, we've got a new client, there's a lot of admin involved, so we need someone to handle and run the system on that admin. So we gave that, our receptionist was actually in charge of that. So our receptionist was also in charge of obviously answering phone calls, all of this, but this was a pretty major system, and you can see the detail in this. So it says here, a diagnostic passage is sent to a potential one-on-one client. Now, that actually went out before they became a client. But the packaging includes, now, while they're being taught this, you know, we're demonstrating, we're showing them, here's an example of a template letter, here's an example of one of the CDs, oh, by the way, you find all the CDs here. So while this is being taught to the new admin person, they're taking down lots of notes in their own special book that we gave them, so they can refer back if they need to understand things. So yeah, they experience a lot of overwhelm in that first week, but they know to come back to the system. So, you know, coaches' profiles printed, we show them where that is, pre-diagnostic questionnaire, an article, 18 most frequent asked questions about working with your coach, express post envelope. So we've got down here, new client checklist. The following points in blue are listed in the new client checklist. This is printed and checked against when a new client is signed. So by the way, we had a full checklist. So when a new client came on, the receptionist had to have a whole lot of these forms printed, new client checklist, And that was in addition to what I'm showing you here. And they'd work through each item at a time. So, for example, have I entered their details correctly into ACT? And they'd tick. Have I entered company, contact, address? Tick, 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 tick. Have I set them up in a group? Tick. Have I put their birthday reminders in? Tick. What else have we got? Then they had to add them into another spreadsheet. Okay, and then they had to add them into Mild and then set all that system up. It was explained here, each month the client is invoiced on the 28th for the month ahead. This can be entered into Mild as a recurring sale. However, they will be automatically sent out. They will only be listed as needing to be sent out. So how to invoice them, right? All that's set up. Sending them a gift. We send each person, a new client, a gift. How to introduce yourself. Here's a script. The following script may be helpful. Hello, I work here at Action Coach. I'd like to congratulate you on your decision to join our team. We recognise that this is a large investment, so we want to ensure that you are happy at all times. I will be your point of contact, so if there are any queries or problems, do not hesitate to call me. So what we did in our business, everyone, we made sure that any administrative was positioned to go always back to the administrator. So we'll keep coming down here. Here's a whole system on invoicing and receipts, transaction seats. If we have unpaid invoices, what to do. So whole systems built around this. Very kitchen and stationery items on a weekly basis. Stock in both for the kitchen and stationery needs to be checked. Most stationery is on an as-need basis. Where to find the toner cartridges for the printer. Blah, blah, blah. There's so much information in here. Now, literally, everything in this document explains all the administrative procedures. And now, of course, this document took a lot of time to build, but you can appreciate it's so worth it. I mean, if I was going to launch a brand new business, I would actually spend literally an entire week creating these systems, because I know for a fact that this is going to get anyone new. Let's say for an administrator has to leave for an emergency or unexpectedly, this system will get me back up and running so quickly. It'll get you back up and running so quickly, and it just makes life so much easier. Look at this. Even when we set up these are information on how to set up the room where we used to run a lot of our events. It's really cool. It's a very detailed system. It's got all the phone numbers of who they need to call for all the caterers and couriers and all that stuff. So please spend some time and invest it into creating a system. You'll just find everything runs so much smoother. You'll eliminate a lot of issues and problems, and your team will actually love you more as well, because then they're educated in what job you're paying them to do. Hope you get a lot of value out of this. See you next time.